As fuel prices continue to skyrocket in Wisconsin, many are looking for alternative modes of transportation to save a little money on gas. Emergency calls came in just after 3 o'clock Wednesday morning of a fire at a warehouse facility. So making the stream wider here, firefighters are creating a water curtain or making the environment cooler. The Department of Natural Resources brought over 90 sturgeon to release into the Chickeny Creek. There are over 250,000 cities across the world that have planted peace poles. The one right behind me is the first one in Two Rivers. Here we have the last step in the process, the packaging station, and right after this, these products will be shipped out to the customer. De Pere Fire Rescue has had this drone right here for nearly 3 years, and they say since then, it's gone a long way. On Independence Day, many women took the holiday to fight for what they say is their independence after the Supreme Court overturned the landmark Roe v. Wade decision. This is a tradition that takes place here in downtown Manitowoc the night before Thanksgiving every single year. Earlier tonight here, we saw a number of politicians come to the podium and speak on behalf of Barnes and try to get this crowd a little hyped up. This group of Packers faithful right behind me, they're actually cooking up some bear stew and some bear sausage. It's quiet here at the high school right now. There's no cars, no people. And earlier tonight, Two Rivers Police Chief Brian Kohlmeyer confirmed there was a medical emergency here at Two Rivers High School. These houses right behind me are all empty. That's because the Fond du Lac Fire Department says it responded to a report of a gas plume emitting a yellowish cloud into the atmosphere. Here in unincorporated Poland, the family-owned Eddie Whip's Dining Hall is celebrating 100 years in business this June. It was first established in 1922.
A lot of laughter, a lot of the sound of like ice, shaking in a glass.
Manager Becky Whip grew up inside the restaurant. Her parents are the owners and her great-grandfather founded the business.
I never realized that it was strange that we lived because our house was literally connected to a bar and a restaurant.
A century ago, Becky says Whip served as a bar for local farmers open 7 days a week. Over the years, it's expanded with a 300-person dining hall and a ballroom.
We would roller skate in the dance hall or come out here and ride on the wax buffer machine.
Now known for its cheese curds, cream puffs, and fish, Whip's is only open 3 days a week, but some visitors stop in every time it's open.
Our customers who are, have become, a lot of them more like family.
Ann and Ralph Apps have been coming for at least 30 years. Would you say it's your favorite restaurant?
Yes.
The Pine Grove couple first tried Whip's when food was still served upstairs.
Our kids all say, well, we always know where to find you on Friday night.
As they prepare to celebrate 100 years on June 1st, Becky is thankful.
I don't think Joe, my great-grandpa, would ever have envisioned it to be what it is today or to think he was starting a business that would be around for 100 years.
Come on out and join us.
In Poland, Ben Bokun, NBC 26.
Maybe this isn't my field that I was necessarily going to be performing in, but I'm willing to take the challenge.
National Guard troops like Ian Melsna were once trained to handle weapons. Then they were taught how to distribute COVID vaccines. And today, Melsna and his unit are tasked with a new mission in healthcare.
Wherever help is needed or whatever field you have to perform in, you kind of just got to get it done, and that's kind of what our leadership trains us to be able to do.
After over 2 weeks of training, a group of Wisconsin National Guard members are now working as full-time CNAs at Green Bay's Oddfellow home.
Before I was kind of relatively nervous as to how much training we're getting. I think we got just the right amount.
Melsna, a 25-year-old Neenah resident, is helping Oddfellow's senior residents and those recovering from medical issues.
I think everyone kind of really got into the work really well and kind of understood okay, I got to be a little bit more relaxed here. It's not about how much I can bench or lift and stuff. It's about being fragile and making sure the residents are comfortable.
It's part of an effort with Bellin Health to bring in troops, transfer patients, and free up hospital beds. But without enough staff, the facility needed the Guard.
They've lifted morale in the building because they're playful. But they're taking it very seriously, and I'm really proud to be part of what they're doing.
The Guard members are set to serve in Green Bay until mid-March.
It's crazy to see when we come in the room and all of a sudden they just light up and they're, it's kind of a shift.
You ready for breakfast?
In Green Bay, Ben Bokun, NBC 26.
Everyone's a paramedic.
everyone's a firefighter.
Members of the Two Rivers Fire Department wear dozens of hats on a daily basis.
With the number of personnel that we have to be able to do each other's job.
So this week, we got a first-hand look at a day in the life.
You're gonna step into your boots, you're gonna pull them up, zip them. On your mark. Get set, go. Hands together when you're ready. Time, 1:34, 1 minute, that's pretty good.
After getting dressed, we took off in the fire engine.
All the information that goes to dispatch comes on this computer and is what we can navigate as well. They're doing training if we have to go out into the county, because in the county they don't have hydrants in all locations.
I even had a chance to try my hand at the hose.
Get a nice wide base, okay? Whenever you're flowing water, because this thing's got a lot of reaction to it, okay? It's hard to hang on to. You can drop down to one knee.
So making the stream wider here, firefighters are creating a water curtain or making the environment cooler. Maybe the most nerve-wracking part of the day, I climbed a 105-foot ladder.
Everything's under stress, right? So you have heightened senses, you lose your fine motor skills. Now we're in there in full gear. You got lucky. Clip in.
You could have a call that's firefighting operations. You could have a call that you're going to a nursing home for a sick patient that you're taking to the hospital.
While we were there, the department got a similar call. It was time to switch into EMS mode.
93-year-old female, conscious and breathing, who has fallen, is still on the ground.
When we got back, the squad made lunch.
Burrito bowls, most important job of the day. We have five shifts that we cook, and then it switches to the next person. So
With a full stomach, I then prepared to tackle a simulated garage fire search and rescue.
Slip your face in there and pull that back all the way. Yeah, make sure it's kind of seated right, okay? Now what you're gonna do is you have straps on the bottom, take those and pull them back. There you go. Guys ready to rock and roll?
here we go.
Successfully pulling out the body, we did some conditioning and drills.
You got this. Come over here, we gotta get a ladder. Go ahead and grab it and start walking it out. You guys grab it from the same side. A little bit of work, huh? That's maybe about 1/8 of what we do.
In the span of just 10 minutes, I used half the tank's oxygen. For me, it was an exhausting day, but the department says that's just their daily grind.
Doing good, doing good.
We're working hard every day, training, educating ourselves, and keeping ourselves physically fit to meet their expectations and exceed their expectations.
In Two Rivers, Ben Bokun, NBC 26.